Now, the fifth one would be the specialty programs of less competitive programs to get accepted into. So I could just go briefly through them a little bit,
Yeah.
but basically there are 2 or 3 residency programs which are much easier to get into. Statistically, we don't want to say that those programs are better or worse than anyone, but statistically there's less competition to get into those programs, and so it's easier to get in. There's less competition. They usually offer salaries, and a lot of things is that people don't realize the benefits as a foreign trained dentist of those residencies. I mean, this might be a super easier way for you to get into the United States, and to practice here. So maybe it's not exactly, the residency you're looking into, but it's something that will help you get there. It's something that will get you here, boots in the ground, and be able to practice in the United States. We have done extensive research on those programs, the one that will, accept a foreign trained dentist, and that we have extensive information about tuition, length of program, how to apply, and all factors related to the program itself to be shared with you in our platform. But definitely it's a great option too. I would definitely consider that if that was my only option. And it's a cheaper option, easier way to get in. There's a lot of options. So it usually creates these are a little less popular residencies. So basically they create a great environment for you to become a faculty too, even though you're still going to be able to practice outside as a general dentist. Keep in mind that most states will allow you to practice as both general dentist and specialist when you have, a specialty degree. There's a few restrictions, in a few states, but most of them will. So you might get a residency in, in an area that is not exactly what you want to do, but you're still going to be able to practice as a dentist, after you're done with the program. So something to keep in mind. It's a great option. We have gone with Dr. Furtado through a lot of, research on those. There are 3 residency programs that we qualified as, and those are great options, and there are great programs, and there's a lot of those programs that go year by year, not fulfilling all the spots that they have available. So sometimes, they have 3 spots, they can only fill 1 in a year. So that's, a great opportunity for somebody to come in and to get a license in the US.
Just so that we have a full idea of this, there are 10 specialties that are recognized by the American Dental Association. We categorize this 3 as 3 of the less popular ones, where the spots are not, it's not as competitive as the other ones. So it may be a pathway that you choose to get your license. It may be a means to which you get your license, and then you're able to do general dentistry or whatever you want to do as a licensed dentist in a state that allows you to do that. So it's important to emphasize as well that it's not guaranteed that after you get the specialty that you're going to get licensed. There are some exams per state that you have to pass before you practice in that state. It's like Dr. Christian said, the states have their own rules, and this will enable you to write the exam to those states. I wouldn't worry at all. Once you get there, once you go through education here, it's an automatic thing that you do those exams and you pass those exams. It's just
I haven't known anyone yet that have gone through an academic program and then cannot pass the exams.
You're right. You're right.
But one thing that I wanted to clarify, still keeping in mind that 50 different states, mentality. The strategies that we have developed through Dr. Dream, sometimes you might be able to do a specialty program in one state, okay? But it doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to be able to practice in that same state. But that program done in, let's just say, a state in Texas, sometimes you can use that program to practice in the state of Michigan, for example, just as an example. So all of those little rules, we have brought up everything together, to kind of go over, okay, this is a great strategy. That's the program you can do. And these are the states that are going to be able to practice after you complete that program. So all of that information is available to you. Basically, it's just a mean of, knowing the rules of the game. You can only win the game if you know all the rules, all the exceptions of the games. That's the only way you can have a solid strategy towards getting your dental license in the US.